milk goes bad, it becomes yogurt. Yogurt is more valuable than milk. If it goes even further, it becomes cheese, even more valuable. Grape juice, when it transforms, and grape juice, when it sours, it transforms into wine, which is worth far more than the juice that it started as. Business works the same way. Mistakes, setbacks, failed launches, they're not signs that you're failing. They're opportunities to grow, to learn, to transform. Every error, every wrong call, every deal that falls through is shaping you into a better entrepreneur. Alexander Fleming didn't plan to invent penicillin. It was a mistake in his lab that changed the world. In business, it's not flawless execution that creates success. It's how you respond to the missteps, how you pivot, and how you improve. Every failure is a stepping stone into creating something stronger, smarter, and more valuable. So if your last product didn't sell, your strategy failed, or your pitch got rejected, don't get discouraged. Keep iterating, keep learning, keep building, because every mistake is actually adding value to your skills, to your business, and to the impact that you're going to make. Remember, the most successful businesses were built by people who turned their bad milk moments into cheese, wine, and breakthroughs.
Get ready for the real talk, the grind, and the hustle. You're tuned into Nothing But Up, the podcast. Season 3, with your host,
Jamir Angelo.
Welcome to the podcast. It's Jamir Angelo, your host for Nothing But Up, the podcast. And I'm coming to you live from my simple home office here in the province of South Cotabato. This episode is presented to you by Funnel Expert PH, enabling business coaches, entrepreneurs, e-commerce stores, and real estate clients to scale their businesses through sales funnels. Visit our site at funnelexpertph.com to book a free consultation call. And this is also presented to you by Whitecoat, the content creation house. Crafting content for the world's most famous brands, organizations, and high-profile public figures, with offices in the UK and Singapore. Visit their site at whitecoat.tv to book a free discovery call. You're tuned in today to Season 3, Episode 10, so it's a Saturday, just 5 days before Christmas, and we're back at it again with another episode that hopefully should inspire you and you'd be able to get some nuggets from. And today, as what I've said, just 5 days before Christmas, so it's such a big thing here in the Philippines, in our country, from where I'm at. But today we're going deep, right? Because I'm talking about, all the moments in business when things stink, when the milk goes bad. Thus the title of today's episode. Now, if you are tired, burned out, frustrated with clients, campaigns, or your own results, this episode is truly for you, because your failures, they're not the end. They are your transformation. So by the end of this show, you'll see why your bad milk moments are secretly creating your breakthrough. All right. So we're going to spend the next few minutes unpacking stories, lessons, and real strategies I've used in a couple different mediums. As a freelancer, as a business owner, and as the founder of Funnel Expert PH. And yes, we're going to make it fun, a little bit emotional, and of course highly actionable for you. And let's try to dive in. Now, the bad milk metaphor. Now, I'm not sure if you're too familiar with this, but if you are, that's a good thing. But if not, I need you to listen up very closely, because I need you to picture this, right? So there's some milk, and milk goes bad. You can't drink it. It smells really awful, right? And some people throw it out. Most people see failure in business the same exact way. But here's a twist. Spoiled milk, guys, doesn't die. It actually transforms. It transforms into yogurt, cheese, butter, cream, which is a lot more expensive than the original one, which is milk, right? And I learned this early in my freelancing days. So I remember running a campaign for a client. We actually spent thousands of dollars into the campaign and nothing came back. And I literally felt like a huge failure for me, because I really wanted to crawl under my desk and hide during those times. But what did I actually get out of the experience I had? Number one, lessons. So I learned a lot of lessons from that failure. You know, the wrong messaging, the wrong targeting, even the wrong offer. So that campaign, it became the blueprint for the campaigns that generated tens of thousands in just a few weeks. And that was my first taste of fermented milk, turning it into gold. You see, the lesson here, failures aren't dead ends. They are raw materials, guys. And if you can see them that way, your business transforms faster than you could ever imagine. Right? Now, let me try and take you back for quite a bit now. I mean, early in my freelancing days, and I know that most people do this. But during those years, I was like undercharging clients like crazy, saying yes to everyone, trying to learn about technology, building funnels without confidence. And I spent nights staring at my computer, wondering if I'd ever made a mistake, wondering if I was wasting my life. Because come to think of it this way, I've literally spent, I don't know, maybe about 16, 18 hours a day just to master and hone my craft. And during those years, I was a little bit uncertain, with the situation. And every single funnel that flopped, every client who ghosted, every campaign that bombed, it was all bad milk. And it taught me execution, it taught me discipline, and even empathy. And I remember one client, just a local business owner, we ran a campaign for him that lost money every day. And I literally felt like quitting. But instead, I studied what went wrong, right? I adjusted the funnel. I tested, the headlines. I tested color combinations, checked the hooks and the offers. And then weeks later, the same funnel started producing results, right? And the lesson here is that fermentation takes time. You've got to let it happen. And the more you lean into it, the more your business matures. Right? Now, guys, if you're listening on the show, maybe, I don't know, maybe on Spotify or YouTube, I would love to ask you this. What's your bad milk moment this year, 2025? If you can share that over, maybe you can drop it on our comment section on YouTube. and on Spotify, let me know and I'd be happy to, connect with you and maybe start a discussion out of it. It would be a cool thing to do so. And you see, freelancing was really tough, guys. It was tough. But starting Funnel Expert PH, that was really terrifying. It wasn't just me anymore. It was, team members, clients, deadlines, promises. The whole responsibility fell on my shoulder. And guess what? Mistakes happen. Hiring the wrong people, systems breaking down, clients expecting more than we could deliver at first. And I remember launching a new sales funnel for a client. We optimized everything, like the ads, the emails, backend flows. But the first week, it was a total disaster. Nothing worked. And I felt like a complete failure during that time. But I didn't quit. I doubled down on it. I restructured the funnel. I adjusted the copy, optimized the backend, and 2 weeks later, we were able to hit $50,000 in just 10 days. And that's what we call fermentation. And that is transformation. Now, most people quit when the milk starts to smell. But you see, successful entrepreneurs, we actually turn the smell into cheese, right? Into big wins. But if I can try and get tactical for a moment here, funnels that bombed, campaigns that flopped, messaging that missed the mark, I've done them all. And here's the secret, guys. Every flop taught me something really crucial. So when the hook failed, I was able to learn about audience psychology. When the offer failed, I learned about value stacking. And when a funnel failed, I learned automation and back-end journeys. Now, one particular campaign I could remember, it kind of like lost money for 3 days straight, right? I almost quit, and I really hate admitting it. I almost quit, but I went back in, tested some variations, rewrote some emails, shifted a little bit of targeting, and then boom, over $50,000 in revenue in 10 days, guys. So the lesson here is that your failures are actually the blueprint for your big wins. Again, ferment the milk. Don't throw it away. Right? Think about one funnel or client project that flopped this year. Okay? How can you extract the lesson and pivot? Try to write it down, because that is your gold mine. Now, guys, as I've said, 5 days before Christmas, let's try and slow down for a second. Christmas is about reflection, gratitude, and humility. Not just about giving gifts, but seeing how far you've come. And if you're listening and thinking this year was a total disaster, you've got to stop. No. Every client you lost, every campaign that failed, every dollar that was burned, it's actually seasoning. You have to consider that as fermentation. Because your breakthrough doesn't always show up as money. Sometimes it shows up as clarity. It could be skills, knowledge, or even deeper perspective. And that is actually priceless. Right? Now, guys, this is for you. I mean, if you're a freelancer, I mean, for agency owners, funnel builders, business owners, who feel behind, burnt out, and stuck. If this year felt like spoiled milk, I want to congratulate you. Because that is the sign that something new is forming inside of you. Something valuable. Something that will become your breakthrough this coming year, 2026. But you've got to learn on how you'd be able to pivot, right? To try to keep building, because you see, your failures are secretly your biggest wins in disguise. And I've done it. Funnel Expert PH has done it. And if we can do it, I'm 100% comfortable and confident enough to say that you can too. All right. So try to share this episode with someone who needs this message this Christmas, and remind them, bad milk is just the start of big wins. But before we wrap, milk does become cheese. But it doesn't become cheese overnight. And you won't become great without pressure. And as I've said, learn, pivot, keep building. That's actually the mantra. That is the mindset. That's nothing but up. Now, from me to you, Merry Christmas. Stay humble, stay hungry, and remember, your bad milk moments are creating your breakthrough. And guys, that's a wrap for today's episode. Remember, no matter what challenges you may face, there's always a way to rise above and keep moving forward. With the right mindset and determination, nothing can hold you back. Nothing but up. So guys, thanks for tuning in, and be sure to subscribe to our podcast for more inspiring conversations like this. So listen to us on Spotify and on YouTube. And guys, once again, this is Jamir Angelo, the founder of Funnel Expert PH, and this is Nothing But Up, the podcast. Peace, y'all.
Nothing But Up, the podcast season 3. This episode is brought to you by Funnel Expert PH, the world's leader in sales funnels and automations. Visit funnelexpertph.com to learn more. And also presented to you by White Coat, the content creation house, crafting content for the world's most famous brands, organizations, and high-profile public figures. Visit their website to learn more. See you on our next episode. Peace, y'all.